Are you trying to build the best team in Madden? Well, head on over to instantmuttcoins.com to avoid the packs, save some racks. Link is in the description below. Use code CC now for 20% off. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are here today. We're talking about Most Feared, which we had predicted starting on the 23rd. It's obviously not coming on the 16th like a lot of people had assumed. So let's talk about it. Let's see. What should we do to get ready for Most Feared? Because it's normally a really big promo, and this time it's going to be, it's got to be compacted, right? If you enjoy it, please hit the like. If you're new, drop a subscribe. Let's talk Most Feared and what we think we should do. Okay, now this isn't a predictions video of cards, okay? If you guys want that, we can do that. Like, we'll talk about that. So normally Most Feared has been like a two-part promo, right? Okay, that's what a lot of people assume. That's why a lot of people thought it was going to come out on the 16th. It's clearly not. It still doesn't mean that it's not a two-part promo, right? It means that it's just going to be more compact. And if we get one part or two parts, whatever it is, I don't really care, honestly, as long as it's good. Now, what can we expect, right? So we're obviously going to get the bigger players and all that sort of stuff that comes along with it. But the key thing is it's going to bring the bigger overalls for us. So our first real masters of the year, right? When we look at the promos that we've had so far this year, actual promos, the ones who are both archived here, Ultimate Kickoff had a singular master. And it wasn't really a master. Like, it really wasn't. Like, Byron Jones was the same sort of overall as other cards. Same thing with Superstar MVP. These were like these same overalls, right? Now we at least got a 4 here, right? So what I would be expecting is probably an offensive and a defensive master. And normally that's how EA has separated them anyway. If it's in one part or two parts. Sometimes they've done an offensive part and a defensive part. Sometimes they've done tall, fast, strong, big, lean, scary, whatever it may be, right? They've done all that. Now, we have no idea how the promo is going to look, but we have to expect that. Now, what are we going to get with it? In years past, we've gotten the, hey, put like 4 92s and get a 93, right? That's pretty basic, and then you can get them all back, or 2 of them back, or whatever it may be. We also had the one where we had to put in like 10 90s to get a 92 or 93, right? And you would get them all back. So that is going to be really big. Now we have to assume that the Masters will be 93 overall. It just makes sense. We have to assume we're going to get limiteds. That just makes sense. And there's a lot of cards that are really, really waiting for stuff. And the fact that EA has this larger legend base, retired players, whatever we want to call it, to choose from, who knows what's really going to happen. It's kind of crazy. It could be anyone, right? So it's going to cause a shift with the market a little bit, but not quite as much, I don't think, because the way that training and the cost of trading is right now, it's actually not in a bad place at all. It's around 25 to 30, depending on the time, depending on what you buy. So I'm not expecting a, hey, sell off your team, but there's a very good chance that we are going to get between 8, I'm going to throw out a big number here, 15 92 plus overall cards. There's a very, very, very good chance, and those cards are going to supplant a lot of cards that we have. But because we just had the big overall boost this past week, going from 91s to 92s or 92 to 93 powered up, there's not a lot of that, right? So by the time Most Feared comes back around, we had 2 limiteds on Thursday, Vita Vea and what's his name, Matt Stafford, right? We're going to get 3 50 cards. We're going to get 2 more legends. Got to assume that by the time Most Feared comes around, we also get basically the same thing, so 7 more cards. So it wouldn't surprise me that we get over a week's worth of content on a high overall range at the time. Now, this overall change didn't really affect the market. When we got it this past weekend with the 350 cards and the 2 legends and now the 2 more, so we've had 7 92 overalls coming into the game, it didn't overly affect things. It really didn't. The only thing that's really going to affect the prices of cards is obviously who is chosen, who is the master, right? And again, we don't know. But the market has risen, right? It hasn't risen a ton. These cards aren't 200,000 coins for a 90, but they were 110,000. So the market has actually gone up, I mean, call it 25% this week alone. It's a pretty big jump. If you wanted to sell your team at these prices, it's actually not a bad time to do so. Obviously, you're going to miss Weekend League and you're going to miss some other stuff, but you're not really gaining a lot because you're going to be having to take the 10% tax. What I would sort of expect with Most Feared is that the market will actually go back down on these cards from the 150 point here, maybe back down to 120, 110, sort of where they were a week ago, right? But the biggest X factor within the entire Most Feared promo is alternate currency. Now, in the past, alternate currency has really affected the market. Significantly affected the market, right? But the 2 times we've seen alternate currency this year hasn't really been a market change. I think EA is slowly figuring out how to balance alternate currencies without breaking everything else in the game. That's just my thought. I'm sure at some point this year they'll mess up. But is it really going to be this point when they've had enough time to really work on this promo, work out the kinks? The first really big promo of the year. It's something that's logically been planned for a while, and they've been able to go through and do their due diligence. So I'm not expecting an alternate currency, if it comes, to really break our market down a lot. But there is something else that could be coming. There's 2 things, in fact, right? Number 1, we still never got anything for level 60 when we got there. I'm not even there, but we never got anything. Number 2 is house rules. We have not had house rules in forever. Last year we had house rules baked in with Most Feared. Could we get it again? Maybe, but the house rules for Most Feared last year was pretty bad. You got like bats and stuff. It was pretty terrible. But we need a house rule soon. And I think that could have a larger effect on the market for us as well, because if they're going to, have this theory of, well, if we spread out house rules, we can give you better rewards when we do it. Oh, okay. Well, we've had one, right? We've had one. It's going to be the end of October pretty soon. So if we get something like that, it could be team standouts. It could be reduxes. It could be 50 players. There's a lot of things it really could be. Probably not redux. There's just not enough in the game. But I feel like that is going to be coming down the line pretty soon for us. Maybe it comes with Most Feared. Maybe it doesn't. If we get a house rules with Most Feared and they are not really juicy rewards, we're kind of stuck for a while, probably, right? That's unfortunate. And house rules was one of our favorite things, but I don't think it's really going to happen. Now, for me personally, obviously, I'm not a sell my team off kind of guy. It's just not what I do. I know a lot of people like to do it. But again, if you're going to, at least the market is up right now. You may be able to cash in and get 10 to 15% of your coins. That's probably what you would be looking at. Maybe a little more. Do we really think that 90s are going to just plummet? I don't know. But if you get 10% of your team and your team's worth 4 million coins, you get an extra 400,000 coins plus your team back. That's not bad, but that's a lot of risk. When we talk about selling your teams, you really want to be doing it when there's more of a significant market crash coming. Something like before Blitz, where Blitz is just packs and deals and all sorts of crazy stuff. I don't really see this as that time. I do see the market sort of going back to where it was, but I don't see this as all of a sudden 90s are going to be 75,000 coins. 92s are going to be 150,000 coins. I don't really see that. Again, if I'm wrong, by all means, I could be wrong, right? Because we're just trying to speculate and really think what EA is going to do. EA is doing as good of a job as they can at balancing the market this year. I think Most Feared is going to be no different. I think it's going to be a good promo, but I don't know how great it can be for us. They can make it seem great by picking really, really big, popular names, by putting guys like Clowney back in the game, who are still just missing for some reason. Or it could just be another week. I really hope it's not I really, 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 really hope it's not. But for me, what I will be doing for Most Feared on this account and on my no money spend account, which is it's pretty important to say that, I'm just going to stand pat. I'm going to stock my coins up. I'm not going to overpay for cards. I'm going to wait and I'm going to be patient because I think your coin is going to go further in 10 days, give or take, probably. Right? Because obviously the prices of stuff at the beginning will be a little bit different. But I'm just going to be patient. And I think that's what you guys need to do. Just sit there, be patient. If you want to stack coins, by all means, stack coins. You want to play Weekend League this week and get rid of your real expensive cards, by all means, do that. If you've got some real expensive limiteds, maybe you get rid of those, right? We know that Series Redux is probably around the corner. It's in a couple weeks, probably the beginning of November, right? New update. But the problem with the limiteds is that they still hold their value very well. They really do. They really do. And they go up and down and they go up and down and up and down and up and down. Aaron Rodgers right here. He's 340,000 coins. I had one and he was around 340,000 coins. And then one day he was selling for 500,000 coins. So we used our patience, took more coins, right? Dalvin Cook slowly rising. Denzel Ward slowly coming down because more corners have come out. And that's a long time. That's been a long time for them. Same thing with Waller at 800K, brand new. Mari Cooper, when he was out, he was 500K. Now he's 845. Micah Hyde is at 900. Micah Hyde is a great example. Now we have a lot of really, really good safeties in the game, and his uniqueness is that he hits 99 zone. But do you really want to be holding on to a 900,000 coin card right now? I wouldn't. These are the cards I would get rid of. Waller's a little special. Cooper, Hyde, even Ward, Jamal Adams. I don't even see him up here. Those are the types of cards like I think I'd be getting rid of. I think I'd be getting rid of them. Legends, hold on to them, they're fine. These cards, maybe that's where you want to do. You're sitting on Ward, Jamal Adams. Go get your 1.2 million coins. And I'm sure when Most Feared comes out, you'll be able to get your 93 and a couple other 92s, and probably still have some coins left over. I'm just saying. But this is it. We will do predictions at some point coming up. I don't know when. But I want to just give you guys my full insight on how I feel the market is going to be with Most Feared, what you should maybe be doing, what I'm going to be doing. And so I'm going to cliff notes it right here at the end just in case. Me, I'm doing nothing. I'm stacking coins. No money spend account. More importantly, I am stacking coins. I could make upgrades this week. Market just went up. I don't want to do that. I want to hold on to my coins. I can wait a week. I can wait 2 weeks. I can wait 2 weeks. It's fine. Save your coins. Coin is king. I'm out. Peace.